Hello ladies, I am in a little quaint super rustic Airbnb outside of Monticello, Utah. I know I haven't posted for the last couple of days. I have been staying with a friend of mine in Idaho, and it was funny because today I had to backtrack almost all day to get back to the new road that I had to get to come here. So on the way here, I passed by Arches National Park, and I did go in and drive through it, and I did get some video. I did get some pictures, and sorry, my weenie is wanting attention. I didn't get a whole lot because it was hot, and I literally was having to keep my weenie on ice. So I'll show you guys how I do that here in just a second. But anyway, as of this morning, I've kind of been struggling, not physically, but mentally. I kept asking myself, did I really want to do this? You know? And I can't tell you how many times I almost turned around and went home. But I don't know. I do want to, but mentally I was just not in it. And this is my 5th day on the road, and normally by now I have gotten into the mode where I don't want to go home. You know, I want to keep going, and I want to keep riding, and I want to see what's down the road. And I don't know if it was some of the situations that I was facing before I left, or if it was just because I was having to come through these southern hot states. And you know, I was kind of worried about my dog and how I was going to keep her cool enough. But I think we've got it down now. She has it down. And she fared very, very well today. Although it wasn't super hot, it was probably pushing 90, I would say. Or, I don't know, maybe even a little bit more. But there was only one time that she really threw a fit, and I was like, I don't know, 50 miles from anywhere, and I found a Love's that had a dog park. And so I stopped at the dog park and let her roll around in the grass and kind of visit with some of the other dogs that was there. And then I took her bed that's on my back seat, and I got it wet. And then I took her bag and one of my water bags and filled them both up with ice and water and put them inside her bed, and then kind of put her on top of the ice, and then covered her up with the little blanket thingy that goes with her bed. It's like sewn on, so it's not gonna blow off the motorcycle. So she figured it out pretty quick to stay under that little blanket and on top of the ice, and it kind of acted like an air conditioner for her. I had been putting her inside her carrier with the ice, but she decided, running a couple of days ago down the road, I was running 80, guys, 80. And I had put her in her carrier and put her ice bag in there with her. And I just happened to look in my rearview mirror, and she's crawling out of that bag. she had gotten her little pointy nose in there and where the zippers come together and nosed it open. And I literally had to get a hold of her collar and pull her out at 80 miles an hour running down the road. There was no place to stop or pull over. You know, everybody was just running 9-0, going pretty close to Salt Lake City. And then when I got her in front of me, of course, she didn't want to have any part of that because, you know, the heat and stuff from the motors coming up. And so we had a little fit. But she's perfectly content on my back seat as long as she doesn't get too hot. And so her carrier, I'm gonna have to get, I guess, some kind of little carabiners or some kind of something to be able to close those zippers together where she can't nose them out and be able to get out, because that gave me a heart attack, I'm not gonna lie. So back to a couple of days ago, running down the road. Like I said, I just have not been in a very good space. It's just gotten today, once I got out of Arches and kind of kept heading this way, to where it was like, okay, this is starting to get enjoyable. Up until now, I feel like I have just been hauling ass from point A to point B. And it seems like I've always got on the wrong gear for what I'm going through. Like the other day when I left Durango and I went and rode 550, the $1 Million Highway. And it was chilly at first, you know, down in Durango. I knew it was going to be colder up on the pass, but I did not have enough clothes on. I'm not gonna lie, I did not have enough clothes on. So once I got into Silverton, I put on another sweatshirt, I put on my rain jacket. My dog was freezing, and so I just put her inside of my rain jacket, you know, like up against me, and so she had as many clothes on as I did, and she just settled in and went right to sleep, so that was fine. Then when we got into Ouray, it was starting to warm up, and so I took off one of my sweatshirts and I took off my rain gear, put my dog on the back seat, and got her snuggled into her bed where it would keep her warm. And then, like, we hit rain, and so once again I had to stop and put on my rain gear. I put her inside my rain jacket and got down, I don't know, half a mile down from where it was raining, y'all. It was raining. Half a mile down, and it stops raining, sun comes out, and then I'm roasting. And so then I take everything off, and then I hit mountain passes again, going into Idaho, and here we go again. It's like, it's cold. So, you know, when you're dressed for the occasion, it's not that big of a deal. But when you dress thinking that you're dressed for the occasion, and then it, you know, the psychotic weather does something crazy with you, then it gets pretty miserable pretty fast. This is she is having fun playing, y'all. Anyway, so finally got that worked out. This morning, when I left Idaho, it was cold again. So once again, I had my dog in my clothes, and until we got down past Salt Lake City, or I guess halfway through Salt Lake City. And then she got back on her throne and was fine until we got probably pretty close to Moab. And then she was getting hot. You know, she was scratching on my back and trying to come sit in my lap, and she can't get that far. She's tethered on to the back seat, and she can get beside me, but she can't get in front of me. But anyway, and then we stopped in Moab for a while and got some food, and oh my gosh, I wish I could remember the name of that restaurant. It was some kind of pasta place there just on the main drag, and I got green chili ravioli, and it was so good. It was so good. Then after that, we just came here to this. Hey, come here, come on. Come on. My weenie's about to run off. Go get it. Hang on, I gotta catch my dog. What do you think you're barking at? Okay, sorry people. Okay, I've got her on a leash now. I do not trust her. She is too little to really defend herself. But she's got a big mouth. And she's not very good about coming when you call her. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have dachshunds, but you would know if you do. There's something else. But anyway. So got to this place. Hot as all get out. And this place doesn't even have a fan in it, much less an air conditioner. And so, it's, like I said, it is super, super rustic. And I went over and took a shower and got all the sweat off of me and stuff. And now I'm sitting here on the porch. The sun's going down. It's supposed to get down to like 58 tonight, so it should be fine once, you know, as far as sleeping in it. But it was not what I expected when I got here. It's really cute though. Y'all can see that. And that little thing right there that looks like a fan, this little dude right here, that is a heater. And there's no way to turn the heat off of it and just have it blow air, because I was going to do that and just stick it in one of the windows. And then I remembered that I brought a little fan that I use in my hammock. And so we're going to see if that'll work. I guess it's better than nothing. It'll at least have some air moving. But anyway, back to my mental state. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It's been, the last few days has been pretty hard. You know, I said before that when I'm riding and I'm riding by myself, I tend to get into my own head. And boy, have I done it these last couple days. But there have been a couple people. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is probably not going to be the best video. There's been a couple of people that have been really good about checking on me. And I really appreciate those people. Funny that my husband is not one of them. I know most of you guys don't know me personally, but let's just say my husband and I have a strange relationship, I guess. I don't know that I want to get into that right now. But anyway, I really do appreciate the people that have been checking on me. And I know I haven't posted in a few days, but the place where I was staying with my friend, I don't have cell service out there. All I have is like her Wi-Fi. And so it was just hard to get off by myself and make a video where I didn't have any interruptions. Like this one doesn't have any interruptions, right? What are you eating? I guess I need to start calling these videos The Adventures of the Weenie, because she's chasing bugs now. It's like she's got all my attention. But I think today I finally got to the point where I'm looking forward to the rest of this trip. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow, because I kind of went through it for maybe, I don't know, a few hours a couple of days ago. But I just, I just really haven't been feeling it until today, until I got out of Arches. So tomorrow, I don't know where I'm going to be. I know I've got to hit, I don't even know what park it's in. It's a rock called Mexican Hat Rock. And there's a town that's called Mexican Hat here in Utah. And then after that, I'm going to be going into Arizona to ride, I think they call it the Highway to Hell, Highway 666. And there's, I guess, a train depot at one of the ends or something like that I've got to get a picture of. But anyway, I'm kind of starting to look forward to that. That ought to be a great ride. And I think we're getting keeping the weenie cool down pat pretty good. And the next few days, it's not supposed to be drastically hot. It's even calling for rain tomorrow, maybe. But anyway, it's just not supposed to be as hot as, I guess, normal. So I guess I'll quit rambling and catch you guys a little bit later on. If there's anybody that has any questions, if there's anything that I haven't covered that you are curious about, or any of my gear that you want to see, I understand I have not gotten hardly anything out of my bike so far, but that will change, I promise. Anyway, if there's anything you guys want to know about or hear about or see, I'll try to, take more pictures and stuff, at least until I get this other camera worked out and figure out how to do it better. I know the one that I did get edited, I put the music to it that comes with the camera, and apparently you can't do that if it's over a minute long, and it was like 1 minute and 40 seconds, or I don't know, it was over a minute though, so I think that's why it didn't work. And I've just been riding too hard every day to really, sit down and try to redo something like that, and then still try to figure out what to do to go forward with it. But my dog is playing with ants. Look at this, y'all. She's crazy. Trying to eat them. Okay, anyway, I got to get her some water and dig my fan out of my tour pack. And like I said, if anybody has any questions, anything they want to know, anything they want to hear about, anything they want to see, just hit me up, okay? I will talk to you guys later. And once again, thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. Bye-bye.